A man was cycling through the winding roads of China's Tibet mountains when he accidentally saw a small, abandoned Tibetan puppy. The puppy was tied to an electric pole with an old rope. Its eyes were bewildered but filled with fear and trembling. It seemed like it had been abandoned in this desolate place and no one cared or noticed its existence. The man stopped his bike and gently approached and talked to the puppy, hoping to satisfy its hunger with a piece of rice cake. However, the dog turned away, not showing any interest. At this moment, he understood that the dog probably preferred meat, so he took a chicken leg from his pocket and offered it. This time, the dog sniffed it and ate it greedily, as if it had been a long time since it had had a chance to eat meat. Seeing the puppy like that, he felt a hidden love in his heart. He thought that if he left this puppy in the wild mountains, without food, without anyone to take care of it, it probably wouldn't survive. After thinking carefully, he decided, "I will take you on my journey." He gently picked up the puppy and put it on the back of his bicycle. The dog was trembling with fear. Perhaps this was the first time he had ridden a bicycle through unfamiliar roads. The puppy was shy, curled up, its legs were trembling, its eyes were filled with anxiety, making him feel sorry for the puppy. He gently held it in his arms, patted it, caressed it gently, and spoke words of comfort. He stopped at an empty area to set up camp, lit a small fire in the middle of the cold mountains and forests. He cooked all night and always saved the best pieces for the little dog. Despite the challenging journey, he always made sure the puppy was well fed and safe. In a small tent in the middle of the night, a man and a puppy lay side by side in the cold of the mountains and forests. Suddenly, the dog woke up with a start, its ears perked up, then suddenly rushed out of the tent, barking loudly. The man woke up, hurriedly ran outside, and discovered a dark shadow moving nearby. In the dim light of the campfire, he vaguely saw a wild animal, unclear whether it was a fox or a wolf, stealing his food. Thanks to the dog, the man promptly discovered the danger that could be lurking for both of them. To be safe, the man decided to rent a hotel room nearby, brought the puppy in, and enjoyed a warm and peaceful sleep together. The next morning, the sky was clear. The man took the puppy for a walk around the area, introducing it to the majestic natural scenery of Tibet. Absorbed, the playful dog jumped into the nearby river, making the man worried when he saw the river water flowing rapidly. Fearing that the little dog would be swept away, he quickly waded into the water and carried it to the shore. However, the dog suddenly turned around and bit his hand. Not out of malice, but because it was not yet used to this care, still maintaining its natural wariness toward strangers. The man was not angry, but gently stroked it, understanding that the dog needed time to trust him more. He sat down, hugged the dog in his arms, and took out a sausage from his pocket to comfort him, gently placing it in front of him. His small eyes shining with trust for the first time. Continuing the journey, he put the dog in the bicycle basket, despite having to stop sometimes for the dog to look around, or being distracted by his curiosity. Although the trip became more bumpy, he felt happier than ever. Because he was also traveling with him on this trip, he accidentally had another little friend on the way. Therefore, the journey became more interesting, not only because of the natural scenery, but also because of the new friendship that blossomed between two lonely souls in the wilds of Tibet. On his journey, he happened to meet another group of cyclists. The group was very impressed with the adorable puppy sitting next to him, and someone expressed an interest in buying the dog for a high price of up to 10,000 yuan. But the man just smiled and shook his head, because he knew that between him and the puppy was not just a master relationship, but friendship and gratitude. Throughout the journey, the dog became more and more bold, standing next to him, ready to bark loudly if anyone came too close. The man realized that the puppy had begun to protect him, as if this was its way of repaying the help and love he had given. To give him more space, he decided to change his bicycle to a more spacious tricycle. The dog could now move freely, wag its tail, and watch the surrounding scenery. To him, the puppy was not only a friend, but also a treasure, a family in this wild and challenging life. No matter what he ate, he always gave it his share first, as a commitment to always take care of and protect it. Thanks to his devoted care, the puppy had grown up a lot. Its fur was smoother, its eyes were bright and full of life. The old bicycle seemed to be no longer wide enough for both of them, so he decided to change to a more sturdy tricycle, creating a comfortable space for the dog to sit behind, sometimes leaning on his shoulder to watch the scenery. Now they are not just people and pets, but soulmates. This story is the clearest proof of the deep affection between humans and animals, and hopefully there will be fewer stray dogs, as well as more kind hearts like this man.